time to journey across the multiverse once again with the Marvel series of What If. Season 3 has recently just dropped, and with Season 3 coming out, that does mean there is another 8 episodes of What If. We had 8 episodes come out last Christmas time, and I reviewed those last year, and I do believe I reviewed the first season of What If when that came out as well, and now it is time to take a look at the third and final season of What If. It is on Disney Plus if you do want to watch it. Each episode is roughly half an hour long, so you can easily watch it within 4 hours if that is something that you are interested in, like I did today. I have had a lot of backlash. I've seen a lot of backlash about this TV show and this season in particular, and I disagree with most of that backlash, so if you want to hear more about that, stay tuned to the end of the video. But without any further delay, let's take a look at what Google has to say. So, What If has 3 seasons. It came out in 2021, and then we had 2 seasons within the last 2 years of 2024 and 2023. We skipped out 2022 because no one really gives a shit. So the first episode goes off with what if the Hulk, had a scrap with Mech Avengers. This one was shit. I really did not like this one. This one was just the Hulk making kaijus for them to fight, Pacific Rim Godzilla style. Nothing too interesting, nothing too deep or meaningful. I thought this one was pretty much a waste of an episode. I did not enjoy this one at all. Second episode going in was I completely forgot what the second episode was. I know why I forgot, because it was What If Agatha Went to Hollywood. Yeah, I also didn't give a shit for this one. Agatha just went Interstellar and fought Kingo, and Howard Stark decided to be a director. That one was also shit and very much a waste of an episode as well. I didn't really care for this one. Episode 3, however, I very much did like. It was the Red Guardian and Bucky Barnes and having them have a little bit of a team up. Something which is sort of probably here to sort of promote Thunderbolts and get us ready to see how those two characters would interact. If Thunderbolts wasn't coming up, I would probably rate this episode a lot higher because it is 2 characters that we haven't really seen interact in the MCU, getting to interact and share some screen time. But unfortunately we are getting the Thunderbolts later on, so we'll see a lot more of that, so it won't be as special when Thunderbolts does drop. Episode 3, nope, that I just covered episode 3. Episode 4, however, that one does head right on over to, is a continuation from a season 1 episode with Party Thor, where Howard the Duck actually has a baby with Darcy. Now, this one was quite a fun one. It was quite a wacky one, quite out there, something quite random, and I did quite enjoy this one. It did go out there with a pretty loud bang, not gonna lie. It was quite exciting, quite interesting, and had a lot of chaos and brought quite a few characters together and revisited one of the universes which we got to see in a couple of seasons ago, which is always quite nice, and I thought that was pretty cool. Moving on to episode 5. Episode 5. I didn't give a shit for this one. It's what if the Eternals didn't stop the egg hatch. It was boring as fuck. It focused on Ironheart, and they made Ironheart a really shit character in this one because they completely just said, oh yeah, she's completely shit. She always dies. She could never do anything. She's every time she tries to do something, she fails and gets herself killed. So that's nice of them when they're setting up a new character to have that character be treated like absolute shit. Lovely. However, the Watcher does help Ironheart in this one so that she doesn't die, which does get him thrown into space prison. However, we have to wait an episode for that. Moving on to the next episode, episode 6, which is the cowboy one, which is Hawkeye and Shang-Chi as cowboys. I thought that one was really interesting and really cool. It is a wild, wacky take. Again, 2 characters which we haven't seen interact together. 2 characters that we haven't seen on screen together, sharing some screen time, and I thought it was really cool and really interesting, because it is 2 characters which I do quite like. And it also sets up Iron Fist. So they introduced Iron Fist in this episode, so that's fucking incredible to me. I love Iron Fist. He's one of my favorite Marvel heroes, so of course I'm going to love this episode. And then the final 2 episodes where people really started to get really upset with this series, because we had the Watcher facing the consequences of his actions and being put to prison and being put on trial for interfering when he took a vow, an oath to not interfere and just watch. Like, he broke all the rules of being a Watcher. And then we have Captain Carter teaming up with Storm and Birdie and the girl from last time. I genuinely can't remember. Kahari, and they basically find the shards, which help them team up with sort of Infinity Stone Ultron to go and save the Watcher. Final episode is the Watcher versus the Watchers and Captain Carter's group, and overall, it's really cool. Captain Carter sacrifices her life and dies and saves the others, and the other three becomes Watchers in their own right. And that's where the season ends, and that's where the story ends. And I hear a lot of complaints and a lot of issues with this series, being the writers have a weird obsession with Captain Carter. And the writers for this series are very crazy, they're boring, they lack ambition, and they lack sort of story. And that's where I do think that people are wrong, and they're not actually looking at the 3 seasons as one cohesive story. Because if we do look at it for all 3 seasons, we do see the Watcher growing more human, straying away from his vow and growing to like these characters a lot more, and growing a lot more in personality and connecting more to the characters. And we also see Captain Carter developing over the 3 seasons as well as a multiversal hero. So it isn't a story of one-off random things every single time. It is a continuation of the 3 seasons. Like, there is one cohesive story going on here, and it matters and ties into each one of these dimensions and each one of these stories. I will say we do get 3 random stories which aren't really necessary in this season, which is episode 1, episode 2, and episode 6. The rest are necessary for this story to take place, and I would have liked them to replace episode 2, the one with I forget what episode 2 was, but the one with Agatha. I would have replaced that one, and I would have rather had a how is Storm worthy type story going on there, and I would have really liked to see how that would have turned out and how they like formed their team, because that's a thing that doesn't really get explained, and I feel like they do brush over rather quickly, is how, like, you know, Captain Carter met Birdie. Birdie is a character that was made completely for the What If series and was sort of brought about in episode 3 because she is Howard the Duck's and Darcy's daughter. I don't mind that. I think that's pretty cool. I think she's a really cool character, and I really do like the Birdie character. I genuinely do. I think she's a really interesting character. I like her accent. I like her punk rock style. She does remind me of one of the Guardians, and I do feel like she would fit in right in with the Guardians of the Galaxy with her mullet and her sort of half-human, half-celestial abilities. She can shoot laser beams from her eyes, her face, her hands, and she has wings which can retract, which is really fucking cool. Not gonna lie, I really like Birdie. I don't give a shit. Everyone apparently hates her because it is a stupid storyline that she came from. I think she's really fucking cool. Her accent's awesome, and she's like your generic punk rock goth girl, so she's your alternative type of girl, so I think that's cool and something that the team really needs to sort of diversify just a little bit more in personality wise, because the other 3 are pretty self-righteous, so we need the sort of the loose cannon of the team. I really like episode with the Winter Soldier. I'm going to be honest, although that one could have been taken away as well, for again how the team sort of got together and built up. But again, it is called What If, so they do have to have these one-off episodes of what if these characters sort of had these things happen to them. And like I said with the one where the Earth got destroyed, that one was really, really boring, and really dragged down one of their new characters, which they're supposed to be hyping up for the new series, because I do believe Ironheart has her own series coming soon. So they're already shitting on this character, which does not give me much hope for the Ironheart series, which is coming out at some point. So it does just, you know, rather fill me with a little bit of disappointment and a little bit of dread for when that series does come out. However, again, like, Peggy Carter is the main face of What If. It is her story. It is her, like, sort of continuation and how she came to be. This is the only, probably, opportunity for them to fit Peggy Carter into the MCU, and they're doing it through this story, and I think it's really cool, really exciting, and it just gives us a new hero to sort of focus on, and it is hers and the Watcher's story. Like, that's what people aren't getting. What If is the Watcher's, Peggy Carter's story, and their sort of journey and how they grow as characters, how they grow as heroes, and how they change throughout the series for the better, and how they change the Watcher system. Like, that is the whole overarching story. It is showing you, like, and everybody matters. Everybody means something. Everybody has their own story to tell. And I think people are overshitting on this sort of story and this season. Again, there is 3 episodes that I hate, but I do like 5 of their episodes. So I do feel like that this series definitely does deserve an 8 out of 10, and people are definitely overhating on it. But other than that, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'll see you all in the next one. I hope you all have an excellent day, and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe.